Put your hands together for the very funny Mr. Marlon Fisher!
What up? White people, make some motherfucking noise! Let's make some noise together, ready? Got you over there in the corner too. Easy to spot. Easy to spot. So I knew this, moving to Vermont, that I was going to be one of the 3 black people in a room. And yes, I'm going on that black track tonight. So something you need to know about me is I am a combat veteran. I spent 4 years overseas, and then when I decided to get out of the military, I said, where am I going to live? Where is a good place to move to? I'm originally from Brooklyn, so I thought that a good place to move to would be either Brooklyn or some place where I'd never been before. So Brooklyn, you know, if I had gone there, you know, I would have just blended in with the crowd, you know? Like, you wouldn't notice me in this room tonight. Like I noticed 2 of other people of us. But I figured, hey, why not Vermont? Healthy food, right? Fucking green mountains, Lake Champlain. But that's not the real reason why I'm here. I moved to Vermont because I love white women. It's true, I love white women, especially little ones. So, I mean, I've been here for a year now, and it's been really difficult. I feel like, do you feel like you're starting to lose your blackness? Yeah. Right, because we do white guy shit. I'm doing white guy stuff all the time now. Last winter, for example, I went snowmobiling for the first time. Now, normal black guys don't do that shit because they're allergic to snow. White guys swim in fucking lakes. Black guys don't know how to swim. White guys have small amounts of melanin. Yeah, very small, little small amounts. That's why you guys get sunburned. That shit's illegal in Europe. Anyway, so I've had to take up jobs working with white people. So all I do is work with white people because there's not many jobs for us out here. What could we do? Go to school. He's a student. But, so I work with white kids, a lot of white kids, okay? And for me, working with a white kid, to them, I'm like this mystical creature, especially here in Vermont. For real, I'm a fucking creature. And we have a lot of staff meetings where we talk about the kids, and we never use the kids' real names. We always talk about Billy and fucking Bobby and Tommy, and that frustrates me because I feel like we need to just be a little diverse in the naming conventions. You know, why can't we talk about Ramel, Raekwon, Lil Derek? You know? Because Lil Derek is out there too somewhere running amongst all the other kids. Another thing about white kids that I found, I'm sorry, I mean, I spend most of my life around white people, so I can do this. But another thing about white kids is that they're allergic to everything. Everything. I mean, dairy, gluten, grass, tree bark, black people. But my favorite is, there's one kid who he's allergic to, very specific to Annie's Caesar salad dressing. That's pretty fucked up for Annie. So like one day the kids kids are out playing in the field. I'm making sure that the kids who are allergic to grass are on the concrete. You know, I'm making sure that everyone's staying away from the trees. And one kid is running along and he falls and he scrapes his knee. And I'm like, oh man, little Derek, what is wrong? And he's sitting there, my knee hurts. And I'm like, oh man, I got you, bro, I got you. So again, I'm this mystical fucking creature that little Derek, right, whose real name is Bobby, probably, doesn't know, right? And I say, hold on, Derek, I'm gonna fix you. But first, I gotta go back and check his medical records to make sure he's not allergic to grass because, you know, you never know these days. So I'm like, all right, I got this. I'm gonna pull some voodoo black shit on him. So I take a knee down, I kneel next to Derek, I said, you'll be fine, Bobby. Derek, you'll be fine. And I grab some grass and I rub it in my hand and like break it up. And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, don't worry, man. And I rub it on his knee and I was like, how's that feel? And I'm like doing some Mr. Miyagi type shit, just fucking rubbing, like fucking heat just coming out of my hands. And he's like, whoa, that feels better. I'm like, yeah, that does, doesn't it? I said, stand up, bend your knees. Now go forth, white boy, and go play. Be safe. Be safe. Another crazy thing that I've experienced living here in Vermont is the fucking Champlain Valley Fair or the Expo. Have you been? Yeah, this shit is crazy, right? But I've had the pleasure to witness my first dairy cow show, which is amazing. Put your hands together for dairy cows. There you go. You wanna know what's crazy about this shit? Is that these farmers don't milk these cows for days, and then they shave their udders, and they use a shit ton of lotion to make sure that their udders are presentable. And what I mean by presentable is that the veins are showing. Okay? Now, I can only imagine these cows are in pain, but they're leaking, like milk is just dripping from them. They just need to be milked. They're shiny. It's like coat. Like I think I can relate because I still haven't met that little white woman to release myself. Yeah. So they gotta walk these cows out, fucking udders just hanging down, dripping milk all over the place to get judged. And I don't even know what the fuck they're judging these cows on. You know, it's one judge and 7 cows. And this guy is just walking around. He's just walking around, looking at the cows. And I said, what the fuck is he looking at? Shake someone's hand, that's the fucking winner. How did you win? Was it the veins? Was it because your udders were shiny? Or was it because you were not dripping any milk? I have no idea. No idea. Damn. Yo, where you from? Yo, he's from Brooklyn. That's what I'm talking about. Give it up for Brooklyn. Woo! I'm from Bed-Stuy, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bed-Stuy. So what's crazy is I remember my first. So you might know this. My first bike was stolen. And I cried really hard that night. That my bike was stolen. But I felt super bad for the kid I stole the bike from. It was probably, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that he was a white boy, but he may have been a white boy. Yeah. So when I was deployed, when I spent time in Afghanistan, there are 3 rules that soldiers are supposed to follow. Anybody in here is a soldier? I know you are. Who else? It's called General Order Number 1. 3 things. No drinking, no porn, and no sex. And every single one of those rules gets broken. And what soldiers like to do is we like to share hard drives. So could you imagine the massive amounts of gigabytes of porn that I collected when I was in Afghanistan? A shit ton. Over a terabyte. That's a lot of fucking time. That's a lot of time. So I spent a lot of time looking at porn when I wasn't working. Because it's the best way to relieve stress in the most stressful environment. And you're jerking off next to people who are fucking jerking off next to you, and everybody knows that you're just jerking off. This is fucking crazy. You know it's true. He knows it's true. He's a fucking soldier. He knows it's true. Yo, bro, what you doing? I'm just jerking off. Me too. What you watching? I'm watching that fucking little one do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I start to get. I get a little jealous of porn stars because they have big dicks. You know, like they specialize in that shit. They use extends or whatever the fuck it is, some Ron Jeremy techniques. And I'm just not willing to purchase any of that shit. I'm just saying, I'm happy as a black man with the size of my penis. Because that's what I have to be happy with. But then again, I get really sad. And one day, my girlfriend, she came up to me and she rubbed the back of my head. And she rubbed my arms and she looked me in the eye and said, "Baby, I love the biggest organ on your body." And I was like, hell yeah! I don't have to be a fucking porn star? And I said, oh shit, wait a second. Fucking epidermis. Fucking epidermis. I kind of want to talk about my foreskin, but I'm not going to do that. So, or should I? You don't want to know about that. So, my white friends have kids, obviously, and they, you know, when they tuck their kids in, they're like, you know, sleep tight, baby. And I'm like, what the fuck would happen to little Dirk if he sleeps loose? Like, would he just fall out of bed? You know, the other day somebody was walking, was like, hey man, take it easy. So I leave these words with you tonight. Thank you, you got been a great audience. Take it hard.